Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to, well, I guess I don't have a name for this. I'm sure I'll come up with someone, but I'm pretty sure most other D&D podcasts have taken any gameplay sort of break that we could name this. Like Short Rest is taken, Adventuring Party is taken.
Ooh, Short Rest is good though.
It is. Those hacks took it. Those hacks who go on tour.
Greedy hacks.
What about Welcome to the Tiny Hut?
Tiny Hut
I
table.
don't have Tiny Hut yet. Tiny Hut table's cute.
Okay. We'll workshop it. I like that direction so far.
We're going somewhere with it.
Welcome to the Tiny Hut, everyone. Go ahead and pull up a chair.
Marco,
Pull
I
up.
have scissors.
Pull up perhaps the smallest chair you've seen. Yeah, 'cause we're gonna talk. We're at our 10 episode milestone. Still on that 5 subscriber creep. I think we can do it. If we do it by 2025, Jahan told me he'd fight a goose.
It's true, I would.
You're not
In
just
real life
any
and
goose.
in the game.
Our cat Goose.
Yes. If we can hit 5 subscribers by January 1st, 2025, Jahan will fight Goose in the octagon.
And that motherfucker knows what's coming to him.
But yeah, we have recorded our 10th episode, which has brought our Dark Lake arc to a close. And we also, of course, leveled up.
Yahoo!
So I suppose we want to talk about that, kind of talk about how we're feeling about the adventure so far, talk about any regrets we have, anything we especially liked, anything we're looking forward to. I suppose any questions that I can allow myself to answer should any come up. I suppose we can start with the level up. Who wants to talk about what they've done?
I bet that Jordan's is gonna be kind of cool, so I'll go with mine because mine is simply utilitarian.
Okay.
You might be surprised, but
Oh, is yours not cool?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's baller or anything, but
Viewers, listen in for Jordan's character upgrade. It won't be cool.
it will not be cool. You're gonna be disappointed so bad. And then you're gonna be really excited to hear Stool's level up.
That's right.
Oh man. Yeah,
We're
he's
gonna-
taking
Stool
2
took
levels
the
in
Crusher
Barbarian.
feat.
Stool took the Crusher
The Crusher feat.
He's multi-classed as Artificer Fighter. He's going for the tank
Crazy
build.
how he took 1 level of a multi-class. Normally you can't do that, but
Normally you
the guy
can't.
had
Normally,
in him.
the guy learned a lot when he ate that mold.
So,
Taught him how to
eat that
use
mold.
machines.
If we can recommend anything, it is eating mold. Clearly,
It's good for you.
it made him healthier. It can make you healthier.
Damn, I don't know how we're so few on subscribers when that was a perfect segue into this video's sponsor, Mold.
This video's
The mold that's permeating through J.K. Rowling's house.
right. She
Probably richer than
has
I am.
funded us.
That's our sponsor this week.
She's become a fucking Resident Evil 7 monster and has given us a large sum of money to produce this podcast.
We value all of our BOW fans.
Okay.
But
Gibbs
okay.
is level 4.
He sure is. And with that, gets him 1 extra level 2 spell slot, which is incredibly nice. Since clerics kind of just keep the same whole spell list the entire game through, it doesn't really matter which spells I have at any given moment, but I'll let people know. My 3 cantrips are Light, Sacred Flame, and Thaumaturgy. For first level, I have Charm Person, Cure Wounds, Disguise Self, Healing Word, and Shield of Faith. Although Charm Person and Disguise Self come with my subclass.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't choose those myself. They're just always there, but they're fine. And then on my second level, I have Lesser Restoration, Mirror Image, Pass Without Trace, Prayer of Healing, Silence, and Spiritual Weapon. I have a motley group of spells focused on healing, a little bit of stealthing. Yeah, that's about it. Healing and stealthing. A little bit of buff with Mirror Image and Shield of Faith.
Very nice.
But the real kicker is the feat I took, because I ain't about to take no assigned skill increase until next level, in which I will.
Oh. Little
Probably.
spoilers.
I mean,
but
I say next level. On level 8, I probably will. Unless I can find a Ring of Wisdom.
Ooh. There's been one
but the
kicking around.
feat-
You just have to, you have to just crit on your investigation.
Yeah,
really-
that crate had one and it got washed away by the river.
So if
I
you
was
had
about to
pried
say,
that
I
fish crate
really
open-
hope that one crate didn't. Who knows?
One that got away.
But since Yibs has been taking a little bit of damage and being a little bit less of a tank than the party needs, I chose to take the durable feat.
Ah.
This is a half feat, which means it gives me an ability score increase, boosting my con by 1. Then
Oh.
it gives me 2 special abilities. 1, I have advantage on death saving throws.
Wow.
An incredibly useful ability for someone who dies as much as I do. Lets me be a little bit more cavalier with just jumping into the fray, meaning I won't get like whatever I got last time, which is like a 1.
It makes it
immediately.
exponentially harder for you to critically fail on a death save.
Yeah.
Because for Yibs, rolling below a 10 means that I will die on the next roll I make. That's one of its special abilities, the durability feat. The other one is Speedy Recovery, which means as a bonus action, I can expend one of my hit points die, roll the die, and heal equal to the roll.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
I have 4 hit dice right now, which are 1d8 plus 4. Anytime during the day, I can choose to use a bonus action and roll 1d8 plus 4 and heal that amount.
That's
so
kinda crazy.
rather than choosing to like heal up at short rests, Yibs will be a mid-battle like healing himself off of his hit die, meaning he can heal Allure and the rest more efficiently with his spells,
Great.
focusing on healing himself by simply locking in,
That is, I was gonna say,
which
you
he can again do 4
you got
times.
yourself like a second, third, fourth, and fifth wind.
Exactly. It's really nice. Because it's 1, and since Wisdom is my hit dice, it's 1d8 plus 4. That's on average 8 health per bonus action, so 32 health off of all my hit dice.
That's insane.
And then if I take a long rest, they're back, baby.
Wow.
And
What's
even
your-
if I wanted to take a short rest, I could simply cast a prayer of healing and give everybody the benefits of a short rest and heal everyone. It's very nice.
That is very nice. What's your
Very nice.
What's your max hit points at now?
39 with the increase to my con.
Nice. You know, see,
I don't know
thought
what
you took
Allures
the one
is.
that like boosted your HP. What's that one? Is that one? That one's tough.
Tough.
Yeah,
That one's tough, yeah.
I was disappointed
Though
at first. I was
any-
like, man, you went for tough,
I know.
but no, I was sorely mistaken. Yours is immediately far more problematic than giving yourself more health.
Well, the thing about durable is it is the new version of durable,
Oh,
because the old durable was awful.
what the fuck?
So yeah, so when I like take a short rest and use my hit dice, the minimum is I guess it would be 8, which is nice, but that's not really helpful.
Yeah, this is a lot more active, I guess.
New durable, I can simply second, third, fourth wind. I guess second, third, fourth, fifth wind to heal on average 8 health on a bonus action, which is especially great for me because if I'm not spirit weaponing, I don't have much for bonus actions.
Yeah, fair enough.
And again, clears up my healing so I can focus on tanking and choose to use my spells to heal my friends instead.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Thank you. You're just getting hardy.
Just a utilitarian feat.
It is. It just keeps me up. I didn't choose to get Warlock's Eldritch Blast or something.
It's just what's it? Viagra. It's the Viagra.
That's right.
Keeps you up.
Keeps me up.
God. All right, Jordan. What have we added to one allure?
Allure. What should I start with? I'm trying to remember. Well, okay. So should I list? Do you want me to list all of my spells?
If you want to, or even just your new ones.
Because I've never listed my spells in the first place.
No,
That's
you don't
true.
have to. You never did. I
Yeah,
did it because
I
my
suppose.
spells are the entire cleric spell list. So
Yeah.
people know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you talked for a while, and I'm like, wow, I took a feat.
Listen, I
no.
talked it up. I talked about use cases. You probably have use cases.
Use cases? Ugh. You see, I have to use my brain too much for that, but I will say, the new cantrip Gust Barrier is intriguing to me because I took the new cantrip because it's you spread your arms wide, allowing yourself to be enveloped by the air around you until the end of your next turn. Any range attacks against you are made with disadvantage. So it's like you can have some cover no matter where you are with some ranged. That's
Alright.
kind of nice.
That is good.
Yeah.
But then
Especially for a
melee
cantrip.
attackers who successfully hit you must make a Constitution saving throw against your spell saved AC. On a failure, the attacker is flung away from you and for up to 10 feet and knocked prone.
Wow.
Don't touch me barrier.
I guess so.
Does that only
We love
work
it.
on hit?
Work on what?
Does that only work if they hit you? Like if they miss,
Yeah.
it doesn't fling them? Oh, interesting.
Because I guess they don't hit the barrier, so they don't. Other than that, I like saving my spells as a surprise because I think it's fun when I get to pull them out during combat, especially when I pick ones especially for Jahan in mind. I'm like, he's gonna love this.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh, I see. Sorry, Gust Barrier it's from that Humblewood thing, which makes sense.
It's
They're
from
very
Humblewood.
bird centric.
Yeah, but I like it. I guess I have a lot of stuff from the Humblewood thing in here, but it's a good one.
Yeah, they didn't do half bad. They got some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, but I guess Allure's big thing for the level up is that the feat I took is Piercer. I increased my strength score, and it has 2 special features. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack roll that does piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage die, and you must use the new roll. So I can every Allure's crossbow, Allure's rapier, all of it does piercing damage, so I can just re-roll my damage die automatically if it's
And that's once a
bad.
turn?
Once a turn.
That's pretty good.
And then there's an ability, Enhanced Critical, and when you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll 1 additional damage die when determining that piercing damage, the extra piercing damage the target takes. And Seth, you said that the way you did crits, that would double?
Yeah, because we do crits weird. Since we play on D&D Beyond, it automatically adds that extra hit die, but I've always just doubled what we do. So essentially when one of you crits, we have been rolling a third hit die, or an additional hit die for your weapon, and then doubling that. And then this would add another hit die and double that as well.
So Allore's got really good crits now.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and then if you're using...
Allure shoots something and it crits, it's gonna be a good one.
Exactly.
And would I... Question, just because I don't know if I could stack these, would I be able to re-roll that extra damage die?
I think so. There's 2 of you, I'll let you do that.
Damn.
You're a small party.
So...
I think that works, yeah. I mean, as long as you don't re-roll the first 2.
Yeah.
So, like, if you hit him with 2d6
but and
crit,
I was gonna say, and as I guess I can only choose 1 die per roll, so I'd be like, I want to re-roll that one.
Yeah.
So like, if a 1 ever pops up right off, I'll just re-roll it, and it's awesome.
Just say, do that. You're rolling 4 hit die and doubling them. Able to re-roll any of those or one of those that you don't like. And then if you're using your special bow, which can add, what was it, your proficiency bonus? No, your charisma modifier.
Yes, which
2
is
damage.
a plus. Yeah.
Which is a +4, right?
Oh, man.
If you're proficient in performance, you gain a +1 bonus to the attack roll. Equal to your damage. Damage equal to your charisma modifier.
Then that would also double.
Although it doesn't apply it to every dice. I was like, oh shit, that's like +12, but no, it's just +4 at the end.
Well, also, if I do the extra damage, it also does thunder. It's thunder damage, too.
Right.
It's loud.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're gonna do 70 million damage to someone, it's probably okay if it's a little
it's probably
loud.
gonna be loud.
Noisy.
But yeah, I essentially made it so when Allure hits, she's gonna hit.
Cow. And then the enemy falls over.
I've got 35 max HP.
Very nice.
You know, rocking at a cool 3.5. My AC is still only 14.
We gotta get you a shield, bro.
Gotta get me something to protect my squishy parts. But I was really up in the air when I was trying to figure out what feats I wanted to give Allure. I almost went with Elven Accuracy. It's a pretty good one.
That one is a good one, yeah.
You do be Elven.
What's that one do? That one adds to hit?
I'm trying to find it really fast. Oh my, I know the alphabet.
That's crazy.
I'm still working on that myself.
I know, really.
You don't need to flex, man. Yeah. Whenever you have advantage on an attack roll using dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, you can re-roll one of the dice once.
Right.
So it's like another little advantage on your advantage.
That would be nice. That one is a solid one.
Yeah. And then Defensive Duelist was the other big one that I was thinking about because its main thing is its parry, and if you're holding a finesse weapon, which Allure's been using a rapier, and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can take a reaction and add your proficiency bonus to your armor class. And I was thinking about that because Allure's a little squishy right now, but... It's okay. We'll just, if I hit them harder and they go down first, I win.
Yeah, exactly. All right, no, that's also very solid. Got some decent healing and some decent slashing. Kind of.
Wait. We're speccing into our roles. DPS and tank. Look at that.
I was gonna say, you guys kind of both leveled up each other's strong suit. Like, Allure was coming in a lot with healing for Yibs whenever he'd go down, so you helped take care of that, and Allure was less in the fray, and now she's more capable there. So kind of balancing each other out.
It's good. I really did want to take Allure's Bardic College as a feat, but I decided against it.
I don't think actually does anything, because I don't know how a lot of the homebrew mechanics work on D&D Beyond?
It doesn't do anything, but God, did I really just want to flex?
That's hard mode. We'll be publishing that
Yeah.
soon if you guys want to pick that one up.
Hey, Allure, that college, air quotes, you went
That
to,
college you went to.
guess what? Looks like
you
I
hold
got
out
a degree there
certificate.
too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's appropriate that it doesn't do anything.
The college degree from Allure. Right. Damn.
I suppose that leaves good old Ron.
Oh yeah. How's Baby Bones doing?
Baby Bones.
That's Ron.
You say that like you've said that ever before.
I don't. You clearly didn't know him during middle school.
Yeah, no, for Ront, he didn't get any fancy spells or anything. He didn't get too much. His max HP is 49 now.
Damn.
And he took the feat, what's it called? Martial Adept. Kind of following up on his soldier training. He knows 2 maneuvers from the Battlemaster subclass of fighter. I believe he only has 1 use of it. Yeah, he has 1 use of it per short rest, but he was able to take 2 of them. He has commanding strike or commander's strike. When he goes to attack on his turn, he can decide not to and like allow, like, kind of, give one of you the go ahead to attack instead.
Oh, he can.
At the cost
That's
of a
interesting.
reaction, of your guys' reaction.
Huh.
And then he adds a d6, I believe, to the damage roll. I think that's his superiority die or a d6. So yeah, whatever attack you guys launch at his suggestion, you roll your damage plus a d6. And then the other one is Rally. On his turn, he can use a bonus action and a superiority die to grant a friendly creature who can see or hear him HP or temp HP equal to his superiority die. So a d6 of temp HP. This is plus his charisma modifier, which is a 0. So
Damn.
I suppose I went thematic more than specking him well on that. I missed that part, but that's fine.
Yeah.
God.
Theming is more important. You are correct.
I was gonna say for a support character, yeah, because I wasn't gonna pick anything that was gonna like let him, take moments from you guys. Because I don't think Ron should not be the solution. He should be a helping piece, like mechanics wise. Because if otherwise, I mean, he'd just know all the answers because I'm him.
Yeah.
Because Ront looks at camera. I'm him.
He is me.
Yeah, and I think, did he just get Restless Endurance, or has he had that? Once per long rest, when he gets knocked to 0, he can stay at 1 HP.
That's pretty good.
His Rage, which, yeah, if you're within 10 feet, you get 2 temp HP. So you essentially just lock in a little bit with him. He gives you a little bit of, I guess, adrenaline. And then he has Adrenaline Rush. You can dash as a bonus action 2 times per long rest. And when you do this, you also gain 2 temp HP. I didn't realize how temp HP based he was.
You should get Armor of Agathis, bro.
I was gonna say, it's especially
Well,
funny because temporary HP doesn't stack.
No, it sure doesn't. It's
You get 2, and then you can get a different 2, and God forbid that comes after you get, hopefully 6 on his D6.
yeah. If he has if he has 2 temp HP and then rolls a 1, does he lose 1 temp HP?
I think you can refuse it.
He's like, no, I don't want that.
I don't
Thanks.
need that. No, thank
Quite
you.
all right, thank you.
I couldn't possibly.
I'm simply full.
Well, that's good for Ront, though.
Yeah, he can.
Good for him.
I was gonna say, I think his biggest ability is probably that Commander's Strike, just because he's somehow usually a little less in the fray than you two, despite being a barbarian.
It's my job. I don't know what Alora's deal is, but
Yeah, I suppose with our level up out of the way, how you guys feeling? 10 episodes,
we hit the big double digit.
one arc out of the way.
Although, I say we hit the big double digit. A lot of those, don't tell anybody at home, a lot of those were two-parters.
That's true. Yeah, we've probably had, so we're close to, I don't know, probably like 17 or so sessions.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
No, not that. I don't know that we've recorded 3 for any.
Yo, we sure have.
I thought we did.
God, have we?
We have recorded 3 for some. Oh, and there was that one that we lost.
That might be what you're thinking of. Because, yeah, it looks like most of them are 2-parters.
Wasn't the chase 3-parters?
I thought the chase was 3.
No, the chase, because it technically started in a different like episode. Like you guys got found,
Gotcha.
and then it was a 2-part recording. That is, but yeah, because it turns out D&D is pretty time consuming. Things kind of take a minute,
Guessed.
and it's like I feel like we're nowhere near as inefficient as we used to be.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, I think, because to kind of reveal our hand. We're redoing, in a sense, an old campaign we did that we didn't finish. Obviously we're doing it
basically like a Zekai of an old campaign.
exactly. We're cutting the fat, doing things a little better, animation's better, dubbing's better.
Everything's like a little different, but like basically the same.
Yeah, there's some similar beats. There's a lot of change behind the scenes that we haven't gotten to yet. Because basically this started off as a Out of the Abyss campaign, and then because I was like, I just want to play D&D, and I'm in college, and I don't have the time to make a whole campaign. And then I ended up doing this a lot more than I ended up doing college.
Got his ass.
So it became a little more, because I also read through the Out of the Abyss book, and it's like, wow, this kind of sucks. Because like at one point you guys are supposed to like leave the Underdark, and there's like a time skip, and then you go back.
Oh.
Like I think the government tells you to go back, and you do. The book says you do.
MI6 needs us for one last Underdark job.
It's like,
Is
wow,
that
yeah,
actually how it goes, though? That's crazy.
It's insane. I don't know what they're thinking. So yeah, basically, so far they've started the same. Like they start kidnapped. Because I mean, in the old version, Allure wasn't even in the campaign until the end of the upcoming arc. So
Yeah,
That
she
wasn't
was-
even here yet.
yeah, to tell
That's
you how
crazy.
different it is already.
Well, listen, we need more people on this one.
Allure
Maybe
was
we'll
off
get-
still being traumatized in her backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, yeah, Allure, I don't think she met Jim Jar, she didn't meet Boopito, she didn't meet Topsy Turvy, Shishar, no one.
Yeah. I just
No.
met the crew.
Yeah, just like Ront, Stool.
Stool, yeah,
Gibbs.
yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the only people that you guys have met in
The only, like,
this
NPCs.
version so far that stuck around. Because I was pretty new. I didn't know, like, I don't think, John, I don't know that you could name anything about any of the characters you guys are currently traveling with from the first version.
Oh, you mean, like, could I point to one of the first version characters and, like, give them character traits or something, you mean?
Yeah.
I can certainly give a trait about But
Yeah,
I
I
won't
suppose
spoil
you could.
anything in
Right,
case I
right.
don't know what you want to do with him.
So I was gonna say, yeah, because at a certain point there was just too many NPCs running around that I didn't know how to manage yet. So at the first chance I had, I got rid of almost all of them. Jimjar got
Well-
off-screened hard.
Having a prison break as your setting is really hard when you're playing with any kind of moral characters, because they'll just be like, no, what do you mean? We can't leave anyone behind. We need to take all 19 of you. We're
So I
better
guess
in a group.
what does that say about you guys? Because there was someone that said, I can't leave the rest of my
Yeah.
guys behind. You said, okay, go for it, and closed the door behind her.
Yeah,
Listen,
that was one thing.
I was like, I want to make sure she's all right. And the rest of y'all were like, no, she's evil.
Listen, I'll say that was on me. I was confused and angry about being confused.
Yibs did want to keep her safe, but was outvoted.
And I also just, I feel like I was like, fine, whatever. I closed the door, and everyone was like, you closed the door. And I was like, what? We wanted to close the door.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, in defense of that decision, she was like trying to arrest Ront and throw him in jail / probably get him executed.
Yeah.
She wasn't a great person, but I mean,
She was just like essentially just like a cop. It's like, you're coming with me, and then you guys are like, that's okay.
Yeah, listen, I still would have saved her. I just probably would have kicked her out, which would have caused us problems down the line.
No, people who leave the party don't ever come back.
They're gone forever.
No, they're gone forever.
So I was gonna say, that was the other thing about the old campaign, is it started off with 4 players, none of which are in the party right now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We really ship a Theseus it. I
Yeah.
only joined in like 5 sessions in.
Which is crazy because you joined in mid prison break out of Velkenvel.
Yeah, 5 sessions in, like I
5
said.
sessions in, huh?
It's that party could not get their way out of that cell. I think I eventually resolved it because I do want to talk about the like version 1 of our characters a little bit. Version 1 of Ront, like out of the book, because he's a character in Out of the Abyss, who ended up being a fan favorite in the old
Everybody
campaign.
loves Ront.
He's supposed to be like this dumb bully who's like scared and is angry about it. So it's like I get like one of our party members ended up talking to him, like sort of bonding with him. So I was like, well, okay, I guess that's already out the window. He's supposed to be standoffish, but someone like extended a hand.
Yeah.
So he ended up like punching Sereth and starting a
Wait.
fight to like get Vandry's attention to come open the door.
Interesting.
And then from there it spiraled because, oh my god, no, I totally forgot. You didn't come in mid prison break, Jahan. That party escaped. And then they were like, well, okay, so start off with 3 people. Those 3 people escaped with all these NPCs you guys are traveling with. And then one of them, an artificer, was like, my tools are still in there. We didn't go back for our
wow.
stuff. We all have to go back. And so they all
Now,
went
to be
back
fair-
in there and held up in the armory like you guys did. And then mid that, a Azamar paladin showed up and helped fight. And then after that, Yibs showed up and helped fight. And then
Yeah,
after
that's
that,
right.
after you guys escaped again, the artificer, a warlock, and the Azamar all left. No call, no showed to the rest of the campaign.
You love to see it.
So yeah, for a while it was our Ranger and Yibs all through the meandering ass version of the Dark Lake arc. It was not good D&D. It was me trying to play out of the book and read these random encounter tables, which don't ever do random encounters. They are so boring and add absolutely nothing. I mean, if you're like an XP like item gathering kind of D&D party, I guess, like, sure, go for it. If you're trying to do a story campaign, never do that. It's so grating.
The thing about the random encounter stuff is that, and my prelude to D&D was running a year-long 3.5 campaign before we started our first one. And the thing about some D&D for people is that it's very much like a Final Fantasy game in which you are supposed to kind of just grind against wolves for a little bit to get up to like 1,000 gold so you can afford the armor that your character wants.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, some people like that. We are like a low money campaign.
Yeah.
Like when we win something, it'll be like you get 200 gold and it's like, oh shit, that's really cool. But like my players in 3.5, 200 gold couldn't get them a chain shirt, so they would just be like rolling in the thousands.
I was gonna say, God, yeah. Through those random encounters, that was how we had our first version of the water weird fight, where it was a normal water weird, which is just like size class large and can only like constrict you. How did you take care of that, Jahan? How did you one-shot the water weird?
This is something that I don't know if actually is like correct.
Probably not.
One of my favorite meme spells, which I don't use as much anymore, is create or destroy water. And if I can destroy a 5-foot cube of water roughly centered around a water weird's head, then surely there goes its higher motor functions.
Yeah, and I was like, shit, why not? Sure, okay. So yeah, water weird gone. And then you found 2 500 GP pearls at the bottom of the river.
I assume, was that in the original book?
Yes.
See, that's what I figure, because those 500 GP pearls in our low money campaign is like stumbling onto like a Richie Rich blank check. Those were so crazy. But in a normal setting of D&D, that would just be like, oh shit, now I can afford a nice set of armor and a sword.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I figure, yeah, like a gold is, I don't know, like $1. Why not?
Well, it makes sense, because if gold is worth, like, I don't know, if 100 gold is like a short sword or something like that, it's not, it's like 20. But like, then what the fuck is a silver for? You know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like, I think those, I don't know, because it's like 100 copper equals a silver and 100 silver equal a gold. I think. But at the same time, I don't think
and then
we
what's
deal
delirium?
in. I don't think we deal in silvers and coppers.
No, not
I think
really.
it
Only
just sounds like a
golds.
headache.
Because, like, but that does mean that, like, the minimum price of things, everything kind of gravitates around 1 gold. If you want to pay the minimum price,
1 gold.
$1.
Because it's like, because at the same time, it's like, man, gold is like super expensive. Like, that's a rare metal. And it's like, well, not here. There's like creatures whose skin is made of this stuff. It's fucking everywhere. I figure it
for real.
balances out to about $1 per gold coin. I'm no economist or anything.
You could write in the lore that the reason that gold is worth anything isn't because of the metal, but because of whatever's carved into it.
Oh, there you go.
People are buying the art on gold coins rather than the gold itself.
Yeah, the only value gold has is the effort it took to get it from a gold dragon's carcass and or
the
the
only known
mine.
source of gold.
Yeah, no. The original version was fucked. It was a mess for a while. It cleaned up a bit after Allure joined because well, I guess I just got my shit together around then. I mostly stopped doing random encounters. I think
We did some at random
We did some.
encounters,
I
but I
tried
think you made your own like list to like control it sometimes, right?
maybe once or twice, because at a certain point we did just stop that altogether. But I remember I tried some different things, like, because you guys were doing a lot of traveling, because it's a traveling heavy campaign. It still is.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, it takes this many days to get there, and you roll the encounter table for each day. So I was like, okay, we'll change it up. We'll have them run like a gauntlet where things just keep happening. Like, it was like, oh, I rolled this, some orcs show up. I rolled this one, the ground splits and lava's there, and now the battlefield is different. I rolled this, some goblins showed up. And I was like, I think it's kind of fun for an encounter, but I think if we kept doing that, it would have been as tedious, if not more, because these encounters, because also with small encounters like that, it's like you're traveling for days. There's long rests between, whoa, take 2d6 by bumping your wagon against the cave wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so I just won't. It doesn't matter.
And because, like, since it is such a travel heavy campaign, it means that it takes place over a long period of time. So when it's like, oh, you encounter some goblins on the road, you beat them, then you'll have like 2 long rests worth for the next goblin encounter, which, like, if you're fully prepared and rested for like a random encounter, why bother? Because you're just gonna wipe it, especially if you can then long rest again immediately after.
It's a very flawed system.
I like doing a random encounter that has like either a character or a fun like gimmick to it.
Yeah.
Like a band of wolves attacking, or like we fought some Octoroks pretty much at one point, and that was very like inconsequential, but I still remember the specifics of the ground splitting open lava fight with skeletal minotaurs, because that shit ruled.
Oh, that's right. Those guys did show up. A lot of skeletal minotaurs in the beta version of this campaign.
A lot of skeletal minotaurs.
Kind of came up a lot.
I better see one.
It's like, I need a skeleton and I need a stronger one. And the book has 3 skeletons. It has like a skeleton, a snake skeleton, and a minotaur skeleton. It's like, shit, I guess we'll do the minotaur. I won't reflavor any of them. Fuck it.
No. One of my favorite things about the last campaign, just due to how long we ran it, which is like still around somewhat, but like we'll just have to be making more of it, is the like repeated instances of something becoming like a character staple. Like how Yibs met like, I think 4 different skeletal minotaurs, and every time was just like, wait, these fucking rule.
That's right, yeah, because I remember one of them that you met, you like, I think reanimated it. You animated dead on it, so it was like your pal. And then
that was the first one.
It followed us for a little bit.
It followed you guys, because you guys were traveling via wagon at that point, like a circus wagon. And yeah, this minotaur skeleton followed you guys on foot for I think 23 hours or so, and then you guys and so it just was then consequence free your guys' friend for a fight against the evil version of that Azamar paladin.
Ooh, that was a good bit.
Rest in peace, Mano, parentheses, angel fucker.
Oh, but what a good fight that was.
God,
because that Minotaur skeleton was in there.
I was going to say, because I learned more from that even, because I made my boss enemy like a player character sheet. Don't do that. That makes your guy so weak.
Yeah.
I remember you tried to use, was it
Crown of Madness, and then you tried to make me heal you, and I was like, you can't make me cast spells using that, and you were like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, and you ended up stealing a healing potion from my bag instead.
Right.
And that's fair.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's disrespectful.
He was like, heal
It
me.
is
And
disrespectful.
Allure shrugged, and then he said, all right, well, come here.
Come
How do you
here,
walk
and he
over
just
there?
dug
and
through my bag.
Rifle through your purse. And then you got something in there. Bags full of fucking mold because you keep stool in there.
Fucking gross.
Classic. But yeah, like a random encounter can be pretty memorable if you like make a thing around it. I just would not over rely on it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, a random encounter that you planned is fine. Like, it has to have some kind of hook. It has to have something. It can't just be four goblins show up to fight your level 5 party, and now they're dead, and there's no momentum from that. There's nothing to go off
Yeah.
of. It adds nothing.
Like 5 goblins are dead, and you're just standing there calling it a random encounter.
Yeah, I know. Really
fuck
rude
is
that,
wrong
but
with you?
I'll move on.
Monsters.
5 goblins are dead, and you're counting your XP.
For real. And like one of Yibs's things is to just collect whatever trinket. So he will do that even if it's a random encounter. Like when we fought that weird gem scorpion on the side of the cliff,
Yeah,
I still have the crystal that it shot into Ron's shoulder.
that's right. You do.
So I can
Not only
I'll
do you have
remember
it,
it.
you tried to not tell me what it was that you put in your inventory.
I don't know how I didn't tell you. It's labeled in my inventory as a piece of crystal that nearly killed Ron.
It is. If I remember, you're like mumbling. You're like, put that in my inventory. And I was like, what are you talking about? And you didn't want to. You almost
Nothing.
didn't tell me.
Listen, but you would have
God.
found out.
I was gonna say, I guess, yeah, there's an example of random encounter that didn't probably need to be there. I genuinely, I think I needed to pad out that episode. I didn't know what I was
No, that
gonna
wasn't
do
bad.
yet. And now I plan ahead of time a lot more.
I'm just
Wait.
looking at Alora's old character sheet, and I'm constantly reminded that I built Alora's character sheet before I knew how D&D worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
And I didn't know until I built Allure for this campaign, and I honestly think Allure from this campaign in like a couple levels could take Old Allure in a fight. And Old Allure is level 9.
God, so I was gonna say, yeah,
Unfortunately, I think old Yibs will wallop new Yibs for a while, but
Old
It
Yibs
would
was
be fun.
busted. Old
Yibs
Yibs
was
took
fucking
the
busted.
other two party members.
yeah, yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
Old Yibs was busted, but not for my lack of trying. Like I wanted so badly, apparently, for him to be ass. It's
It's
just
just
that
not in Yibs' nature.
it's just not. When you have a shield, good armor, a really high constitution, and shit like polymorph, mirror image, holy weapon, you're gonna be pretty okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's the only reason you were able to take the other two is because of polymorph. To
Yes.
credit them.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I did win.
You did.
Oh
I
no,
did
that's right.
win.
Yibs technically lost, though it's because he didn't hit you at the end when he should have.
And you know what? I think that says a lot about Yibs than it does
It
Allure.
does. Yeah, it was a nice little character beat. Even though, god damn it, he does wish he won.
I was gonna say, I think that segues well because I was just thinking like, Allure's meta upbringing had no favors done to her. If we want to talk about the beta versions of these characters,
Oh, shall I go on a little about Beta Yibs?
go ahead and talk about beta.
Oh god.
One, Yibs is, well, he was in beta. Now he's Sigma Yibs currently.
Sigma,
which is, thank God.
Damn, he has not left his incel roots, as it turns out.
No, Ridge Yibs was very much a like scorned incel weirdo. Not well, I was gonna say not in terms of like sex and romance, but like a little bit.
I don't know that
In
Yibs
terms
knew
of-
what sex was. He knew that he
But
liked
he
this
was
person.
angry. He didn't know what it was.
He does technically know because of his upbringing and
That's
Goblin
right.
Village culture.
True.
Yeah.
Yibs was more like, oh, I could handhold a girl, but I couldn't because she was an elf. Thus, I must kill everyone. No, it was make everyone short.
Yes. You did not want to make yourself tall. You wanted to make everything else in the world smaller than you.
Because, okay, to gush a little bit about Beta Yibs, because he is still my favorite boy in the entire world.
The problematic 60s run of Yibs.
Yeah, truly the problematic 60s run where you're like, the bones are so good. If only he didn't call women toots. But originally Yib was scorned by a girl who was taller than him, scorned by her saying that, oh, I can't date you, you're too tall, or you're too short.
You're too tall.
You're too tall for me, Yibs, at 3'2". And so he wanted to use the wish spell to wish every single creature in the entire world to be 3 foot even. He prayed to Mara for unending power to smite and destroy his enemies. She gave him healing magic instead. A very good joke character for a campaign that I thought would last maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, because you joined my first campaign, which was ass. It was
did I
everyone
play in
involved with the start of the beta campaign, but like way worse. Like I didn't know anything about D&D. I didn't know what the like +5 to hit next to a monster's attack meant, and was not answered when I asked the person who was trying to get me into D&D.
Wait,
So I was like,
who did I play in that?
yeah, I don't know. So, because I remember you joined for one session back then.
Yes.
When I was in college. I think it was the first time I met you, and the like only thing I think, because it was also a prison break. You guys are trying
Was
to.
it?
You guys are trying to like get the mayor or something out of. No, you guys are trying to get a guild leader out of the mayor's like jail cell.
The only thing I remember from that one session is that we had to, at some point, find a shovel to dig up a grave.
Is that
I don't
true?
know if that was part of the plot or if that was a character-specific goal, but that's
Hard
all
to-
I don't even remember who I played.
I don't remember who
I
you
played
played either. I just remember
I
what
played
you
a
did.
half-orc cleric. What did I do?
You used create and destroy water to fill a guy, and I was like,
That's-
"Whoa, this guy is like crazy with magic."
That's
Too
right,
bad, I
I
guess-
played a cleric even then.
Too bad I'll never see him again after one of my party members brought him over because they were hanging out that night.
Oh yeah. No, because, yeah, was like, you should come over and play D&D. And I was like, wait, okay, but I don't know any of these guys. She was like, no, come on. And one of you guys turned out to be a lot cooler than I thought.
Hey.
That's a solid 1 for 4.
Damn.
Yeah, and 5 even. Rowan's
Who is
alright. Rowan's cool. I just don't think you know him as well as the others. You know,
I
and
should
even
know.
then, 2 of those people are at like I don't know, first level of knowing your acquaintances.
But what was Beta Allure like?
Beta Allure was like a character I made to play like in campaigns before I was even playing her in these. She was a satyr at first, and then the guy who told me to make a character was like, there aren't satyrs in D&D. And you know what? My autistic ass went okay and made
Oh right, sorry.
yeah.
Oh shit. I forgot.
So that-
no, satyrs
yeah.
are made up.
Yeah, he's like, those aren't in D&D, and I was like, all right, homie, cool.
That's fine.
And then I played purely combat-based, like,
one shots with her where it was typically just a TPK, like every single time. It's like, wow, can't wait to do it again next week, guys.
Really
and then it'd be
fun
like
stuff.
2 months later, and we'd do another one shot completely not connected to the other one shot we did. And then Seth asked me for like a year to do D&D with.
It's like,
Let
please,
it
I'm
be a
trapped.
lesson to you fellas. You can wear them down.
That's right. It's like credit to your first DM. He gave you werewolf trauma that has persisted. Or I guess he gave you wolf
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah, because it was just wolves in the first camp. So
Wiped your fucking party.
yes, this man had a giant pack of wolves wipe our party. Like,
Oops, all wolves.
oops, all wolves, and like wiped our. And so I made it part of Laura's trauma.
Yeah.
But we changed it to werewolves because just wolves is stupid.
It's so dumb for an entire party to get wiped out by like 3 wolves. It's like you might not be like super capable.
We were
but
like
you're
level
still...
3, I think.
Oh, so you
Oh,
guys are
damn.
the same level where you guys like low difficulty took out Mosk, and then you all died to a few wolves.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
It was really, and also like I remember, so one thing that like he would be so technical, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna attack them with my bow, and he's like, I'm pretty sure you still have your loot out. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna put away my loot and then take out my crossbow and then shoot. And he's like, you have to do that next turn. You can't do that all in one turn. I'd be like, okay. I swap out my weapon and I stand here.
Right, because he said it was like an action, right?
Yeah.
Who is this fun for?
There's the thing about D&D that is so divisive, is that technically that is how it's supposed to be played. Like,
Yeah.
there's a whole ass feat for like crossbow master, which means that you can use your crossbow without having to take a bonus action to load it and
That's so dumb.
take an action
Yeah.
to switch to it. And it's like, but is that like good?
Is that fun for
Right.
you?
Is that fun?
Like, I was gonna say, like, a reload mechanic can be cool, like, if you have, like, a 6-shooter or something, where
Yeah,
it's, like,
yeah.
part of the gameplay, but it's, like, if you have a one-shot, like, weapon where it's, like, shoot, reload, it's, like, that's so fucking boring.
Well, especially because it's like, then just use a bow.
Right? Yeah,
Like-
they don't
Yeah.
have that problem, and they're doing the same thing.
Exactly. Like, if you're gonna give a gun to the campaign, like if you make a rifle that does like 1d12, then like sure, it could take a bonus action to reload the rifle. But like,
Right.
if your only thing for ranged is something that you have to switch to, can't use anything else while using it, and reload even on a missed shot, that's rough.
Like, I get being like, you know, you're in the same like turn, like, I'm gonna use my sword, then use my loot to cast a spell, and then run 30 feet. It's like that's a little clumsy. You got 6 seconds to switch out your gear and stuff. But even still, it's like, it's not that big a deal. Who cares?
And
And,
like I remember
go.
about this encounter. We were all really spread out for some reason, and like I think we had like a tiefling, a lore, and a kobold. And the tiefling was like our tank. I think it was a paladin. And obviously, like, all the wolves, like, went to pile up on them, and then the kobold, like, I don't know, got picked up and dragged off. Like,
Poor guy.
he did not last long, I remember. Like, he got, like, bounced off a tree or something. Like, and, like, it was just me and the tiefling, and, like, once one person character just died, like everyone at the table were like, okay, haha, it's just gonna be another TPK, cool.
It's just like, yeah, I won D&D last night. I killed all the party members.
That's how it
yeah.
felt.
Like, me who can put anything in there, I beat them.
I won.
did it.
But then I was like, okay. And then I was like, sure, I'll join. And I honestly was like, yeah, I'll play D&D with them for a little while. And then it became a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It's not a complaint, but...
Yeah. What was I going to say? I don't remember.
R.I.P.
Oh, well. There's that. I suppose, how you guys feeling about the current run of the campaign? I guess, what's your highlight and what's a regret? Go around in a circle.
All right. What's your regret? Let's get those out first.
I wish I kind of talked to some more people while we were traveling and there was more. I feel like maybe lost a couple opportunities on character building moments.
I was gonna say, I think, to be fair, that was, you guys were doing the most downtime traveling in a state when I think I was a little underprepared still, because that was if we want to talk about beta characters, Beta Mosk.
Oh?
Yeah, you don't remember Beta Mosk? We cut this part of the recording because I thought it sucked. At the end of...
That's Mosk?
At the end of an episode... Or no, not even. At the end of a recording day. Because half through the episode, you guys were looking for a boat. And instead of finding a cool shanty town to make your way through and learn stuff, you guys found an old house that had a troglodyte in it.
That's right.
And that was it. He got kind of mad because Yibs tried to break into his house.
Yibs did get into his house.
Yibs did break into his house.
Yeah, thank you. I stole $28 from him.
Got you, man.
He stole a little money. And yeah, this troglodyte just yelled at the rest of the party from their... I guess you guys were also traveling in a wagon in this for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's yelling at all of them from the wagon, trying to figure out what their deal was. And it was just not good. It was not good stuff. Because I think, I was underprepared, and we were all still, I think, getting used to being recorded.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting used to also having to watch it now, because we did also have a lost episode or a lost half of an episode.
Yeah,
Lost episode half.
Yeah, the flood episode. We lost.
Yeah.
The first half of that. Which was a little rough, but similar to this campaign as a whole, we did it again and it came out better. Mm-hmm. Surfing aside, it came out better.
Yibs, do you have any regrets?
Let's see. Not too much. I do wish I had talked with a couple more people, although I made connections with some people. Me and that Sereth guy are pretty tight now, which is good. I think the thing that's the most different about this campaign and the first one is that some weeks, and I don't want to blame this on anybody. Honestly, I don't. Even it wasn't that bad. We started a little bit later and we ended a little bit earlier in that campaign.
Oh,
so
yeah.
sometimes you would just have whole sessions where it's just talking to people for an hour and 15, and then that would be it.
Yeah.
Because instead of and that'd be a good thing sometimes. Other times it could get a little well, we haven't had a fight in a couple episodes, that kind of thing. It was never bad, but
No, I absolutely see what you're saying.
But this campaign is a little bit difficult because, different, because even if we are pulling in low single-digit views, we are still trying to make these episodes which one person can sit down and enjoy.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have this episode of D&D is gonna be like an hour 15 of talking to random NPCs. It's like how in most comic books there has to be a fight in there, no matter like if it makes sense or not. You have to have like an action piece. So it's like you have to have an interesting thing happen in every like episode now. So the like single session hours worth of just talking kind of has to get scrunched into like between activities.
Right.
Which is like, you know, nobody's fault. It's simply a change of the medium.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I guess I regret talking to people, but I did just go on a whole diatribe about how it's fine. My big regret is not taking... probably not taking Shore's armor.
Oh.
Should have taken his armor.
I can't promise it would have fit, but I see what you're saying.
No. But I should have taken
Just
it
from
anyway.
him. just desecrate his
leave
corpse
him
more.
nude.
Yeah,
Leave him dead and nude.
for real.
Give that nice eelhound a little just easier access to what it's here for.
Yeah. And I've very much kept it. I don't know how you have been thinking with this, Jordan, but Prince, we kind of figured out a way to abuse that in the old campaign. And since we haven't like really organically thought that through yet, I haven't done that. But when we had Mosk restrained with my rope, I was very much like, ooh, you know what I could do, but you know, it didn't make sense for it.
In the old campaign, we would have been like Prince.
I know, because he's a boss.
Check this out, man.
That we restrained completely. We should have pulled out a collar, but we hadn't organically like come across it, so I can't say that's a regret. But I am like, damn, we could have Mosk Prince.
Old campaign that would have gone hard.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Any excuse to keep doing that brutal voice.
Yeah, wait, Prince would have had to have the Solid Snake ass, like old Snake.
So I think if I have a regret, it was having less. I guess NPCs have things to say to you, because like, you know, right now we're gearing up to go out and find Turvy, and except for this whole werewolf thing, who the fuck is Turvy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Though
Like,
then you get into the part.
Someone you guys loosely talked to a little bit in your jail cell, who hasn't gotten much action since then.
Which I guess, like, have we talked to Topsy?
So you guys did a little bit in the cell when, you know, your options were a little more limited, but they haven't had as much, you know, pressing information. Like Shushar, you guys are going to his hometown. He is someone good to talk to. Prince has some whole weird thing going on with his necklace. He's worth talking to. Jimjar is like seemingly this like wizened guy. He's not half bad for fighting. He's kind of, I think, your main eye into the Underdark right now. He's got something to talk about with. But other than that, I'm not sure that the people you're traveling with have too much to talk about. Like, I tried a little bit with Shushar by giving him, like, he's a curse breaker, which was interesting. So I was thinking about it a little bit, and I think he is almost the opposite of a caster. He doesn't have magic. He almost uses, like, anti-magic, kind of like he's good for, like, you know, breaking curses and magical effects and stuff, but
Shushar,
I mean, I'm not, you know, revealing anything.
He's
He's said that, but it just also hasn't come up. It's because I think the last action Shushar got was getting beat the fuck up in the chains.
With a chair. And then Allure managed not to shoot him.
That's right. You know, you did almost kill him.
I did roll a 1 shooting towards him, and you know what? That's why I gave myself silvery barbs, because I knew.
God, man. No, man, I do kind of regret the the mosque thing now that you bring it up, because it's like
What?
that truly is like, I mean, morals about bodily autonomy aside,
Yeah.
that is, I guess, the optimal solution. He's no longer a threat and he's not dead in a lake.
I know. It would have been perfect, though. It would have been just we use him to
We
fight
use him
our
until
battles.
he falls apart while Prince is fighting someone.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was going to say,
Which-
I think, because last time with Prince, he could, like, he was essentially like a full NPC for every thing that his armor got put on. Like, he could,
Yeah.
like, I don't think this Prince has death saves. I think I've been doing that. Like, I think if he
I
hits
think how it
0, unless
was-
they're trying to knock him out, he's probably dead.
I think how it was in the last campaign was that if it was a body that we really liked, you would do death saves. But if it was just
Right.
like throw him on a Minotaur cultist, then no, he just dies.
If it's a rando, then it doesn't get that. But if it's like a dope one, if it was Mosque, we'd be like, come on.
Yeah, we'd be like, maybe. Even if it didn't make sense.
Oh my god, Mosque had so much to offer as a fight, but you guys, and I can't say it enough, this is probably
Booted
my highlight.
him.
Is probably my highlight is you
Oh, yeah.
guys' dispatch of Mosque. It was truly working to your advantage. Like, you guys were level 3, 2 level 3 players and a handful of NPCs who are a real mixed bag of usefulness.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys figured out a way to give him one turn to do anything. And like, I think he missed 2 out of his 3 attacks.
Yeah.
And then the
did.
fight was over.
He bit onto Yib's arm, but that was it.
That was all he got.
Yibs does have a decent like defense. Like I could have cast Shield of Faith to even bolster it more. But no, it was just like hopefully me at near max health can just tank this.
Yeah.
And you did.
I think probably just biased because of how recent it was, but Illusoryib's shooting down bounty hunters is
Yeah.
real good. So it's like, they're such weenies. Like, I don't know how brave they are to go chase this guy after he's like lighting them on fire like fucking Jogo.
Yeah, dude. It was a good one. I am very much excited because this is something that I almost want to do in this campaign, but it would have to be a you thing. I love a like copy of someone gains their own autonomy trope.
Yeah.
And having an evil illusory Yibs arc would be great.
Because yeah, I don't know how official it is, but I remember you used Invoke Duplicity to keep the whatever monster attacked you in the mines away, and then Illusory was like, oh no, like, I'm cool, that was, Duplicity
Yeah.
Yibs. I don't know how official
Duplicitous
that
Yibs.
is, because I know a part of Yibs' story is like he was lonely, and it's like I've given him. It's both adds to and takes away from his loneliness to have these, like, at least one friend, but that friend is also him talking to himself.
Yeah.
I guess also
It's-
when do you get Illusory or Illusory double?
Second level? Yeah, second
I
level.
guess maybe you didn't have him when you were like a kid, but
No, I didn't have him when I was in Pond Water. Though you are right that it's a classic like Naruto beat, or since I'm a big X-Man guy, it's a big multiple man beat where it's a super lonely character can make copies of himself. Love that. And in X-Men's case, multiple man, he can make perfect copies who can live their own lives, and one of them is like, no, I'm the original, and tries to kill the original. So who knows? Maybe an Illusory Yibs is like, no, I'm the first one.
that'd be so scary. Like, you and Illusory like just one day you bump into him
Yeah,
and
dude.
you're like, wait a minute.
Well, for a second, I'm like, this shit rules. I made a second one. And then he's like, oh, no, no, no. There's only gonna be one.
We're one of one.
This shit is great. If he made his own evil illusory Yibs, there could be
Unholy
as many
weapon.
as 6 Yibses at once. Allure found dead due to suicide.
Lore caught in the crossfire of
found
the
dead.
Yib Civil War.
Yeah. No, wait, there could be 10 Yibses at once.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
legit,
Yibs,
like, shadow clone.
illusory, yeah, evoke duplicity and your mirror images versus evil Yibs and all of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, 12 Yibs is going at it.
12
Impossible to
Yibs
tell
is
which
going
side
at
any
it.
of them are on.
No, Allure would be like, drop the fucking nuke. The whole place has gotta go.
just gotta start over. But what about you guys? What are your highlights? If you haven't liked any part of the campaign so far, it's okay.
Yeah, I have not enjoyed. Well, you're asking me to.
No, I know. I know.
I have some that I can throw in while Jordan thinks.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, go for it.
Mine, of course, the mosque fight ruled. That was great. A real use of the team's ingenuity and finding a way to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Something I'm excited for coming up, like a planting a seed moment, is me having a little baby water weird.
Yeah, weirdo.
I am so excited about Lil Weirdo. That's gonna be sick with whatever payoff that gives. I'm probably just gonna keep feeding him like exclusively Arrowhead water. Exclusively Poland Springs water.
Only the best.
That does bring us to our next sponsor, Dasani.
No, he would hate me.
You only give him water from a create water spell, so it's magic water, so
That's-
he's stronger.
Yeah,
say, yeah.
hold on. That's like breastfeeding.
Yibs breastfeeds this water weird.
Wait,
Wow, I found my regret.
Crate water is water with my life essence in there. Hold on. You're coming up with something.
Thank God we haven't hit our 5 subscriber milestone, so no one will draw art of Yibs breastfeeding a water weird.
You're mistaken.
No.
The first
When we
time
blow
I
up-
actually draw Yibs, I will be drawing him breastfeeding a water weird.
When we
Gorgeous photorealistic painting.
Yeah.
When people look through the back catalog of episodes, when episode 71 goes viral,
Pops off.
and people are like, wait, what was it like at the start? Then we'll get the fan art,
no.
and then who will be laughing?
We're on the red carpet, paparazzi's flashing lights. A reporter rushes us through the crowd and asks what you were thinking. Why hasn't he
No, no.
breastfed again?
That's a real
Plot hole. Yib stopped breastfeeding after episode 10.
r/Dungeon Guild Pod 1.7k upvotes. So what's with the no breastfeeding?
First there was no feet, now there's no breastfeeding. This podcast
What the
fucking sucks.
Anyway, we're getting too into the weeds.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with Stool more.
Yeah.
Me and Stool, he may have destroyed the interior of my bag, but
Truly
He-
is ruined.
it truly is absolutely ruined. It's fine. It's his now. I put everything else in my pockets.
It's out of love.
I love him. He's a good mushroom.
I was gonna say, because he was a fan favorite in the beta campaign also.
Yeah.
I guess, unfortunately, I mean, the rapport spores were there, so he wasn't completely just a liability, but he was often a liability But
Yeah.
Often I launched myself between enemies in Stool.
yeah.
Often everyone did.
Wait.
And like you and me would be just throwing ourselves between Stool and the
Yeah.
enemy, being like, no, not him.
Well, listen.
Anyone but him.
It was a shared custody son.
Yeah.
Now,
And
there's a small regret in that I wish I need to be kinder to Stool. I want Yibs to be his dad still one of these days.
God, because, yeah, I was going to say, he didn't do much. I think the one time he was, like, attempted to be used for any, like, utility, you guys were in a fight. I think it was the same fight with the corrupted Asmar Paladin.
Yep.
You sent him to go find someone to, like, get heals, get help. And he can only move 5 feet per turn. So he was really just crawling. So you can still use him for that if you'd like to. I won't stop you. But I was like, no, maybe I'll give him like a little, like, because I think it's a paladin thing that they can have like an object you can look at and get healed once per long rest.
Okay.
It's like I essentially want him to be that, but I think you have to touch. I think you have to be close to him.
I love that little guy. He's great. Yeah, I guess. What was the name of his quote unquote brother?
Fuck, what was it? He was there
Right?
for a little while. Just the second Myconid sprout that came hanging out with us. Rumpadump.
Rumpadump. That's right. That was my boy.
Yeah, he was a little more useful. He had arms.
Mm-hmm.
I think occasionally you guys gave him a sword. I don't think he ever used it. At least not. I don't think he ever hit, but he did have one.
I remember Rumpadump because he was involved in one of my like favorite Yibs was actually cool that one time moments, which is during that skeletal minotaur lava fight. Rumpadump was going in towards the lava, about to die, and Yibs jumped off, cast Water Walk, which specifically lists you can walk on lava, caught Rumpadump, and landed on the lava, staring at the skeletal minotaur. And I was like, shit, that's cool.
That's right.
That goes hard.
I can't believe I almost killed Rumpadump in a fucking random encounter.
Yeah.
This is it. Really first time DM behavior.
He could have died. He was not like, it wasn't like you were gonna kill Stool.
And he could have, but still, like, it's so needless.
But I was like, wait, no, I've got this. And then I resurrected one of those minotaurs to fight the other minotaurs. And that was my first taste of like, oh, this is what power is like.
There was a fight, I think, where Rumpadump threw one of you a sword because you lost yours or something.
It wouldn't have been
I don't
Gilly.
remember.
No, certainly not.
I don't think it would have been a lore, because, I mean, you do use swords.
But I don't often lose them.
Yeah, me. I lose them. So maybe it was me.
Might have been. I don't know. Who's to say? I suppose we'll move on to our last little order of business here at the table. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions?
Ooh, Alora, do you have any questions? Jordan?
I mean, I feel like none that you can answer for me.
I mean, I can do my best, I guess.
I mean, I feel like I've already tried to
Okay.
ask you these questions. I already know.
All I know that Alora's already tried was I asked Seth, hey, so Yibs isn't a Fae, right? He wouldn't be able to take Fae ancestry, would he? And Seth was like,
He's-
Jordan already tried. No thanks.
Yeah.
Well, so he said Jordan already tried, but Jordan is allowed. Just
Not
I
right
mean-
now. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. So I was gonna say, yeah, the world is very. We're currently working primarily on one plane. The world is still relatively pretty young. Like, there's not a whole lot of intermingling between like the Feywild, the material plane, or any of the rest of them. Still pretty, very, very small development, if any.
I love the Feywild and the Shadowfell, but they should not be like a main thing unless your campaign is like really focused on those, or you're doing like an arc.
Right. Because, God, we did go to the Feywild in the beta campaign for a little bit.
We did, and low-key, I had a lot of fun there.
It was a fun arc. Yibs lost a year of his life.
That's right.
I was very proud of having that potion that saved you, though.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna need it, and I was right.
Yeah, so
That's
what
true.
what all happened?
Oh, do you want me to tell it, or do you want to tell it?
I tell a whole bunch of stuff. You go ahead.
Hit it, Jordan.
Because to start at the very beginning of it, if you really want, this was like what my third session in, and we got into an encounter, and I think it was just like a boneyard.
Yeah, random encounter
like-
at the boneyard.
Yeah, random encounter of the boneyard. It was like a rock gnome, or it was some guy who could turn big. Was he a Dwagar?
Yeah, it was just some Dwagar you guys fought.
Yeah, he had a
Truly
war
no
pick,
one.
you know. It was a nothing encounter, and I think I was like, all right, we were digging through like his piles, I guess, to see what he had, and you had me roll a random thing, and I got the potion of longevity, and it's a very rare potion that when you drink this potion, your physical age is reduced by 1d6 plus 6 years to a minimum of 13 years. Each time you subsequently drink the potion of longevity. But anyways, that's the point of it. And we were in the Feywild, and we needed to be able to change somebody's memory.
Yeah.
To keep it a short story, yeah.
We were being watched, and we were like, all right, Yibs is gonna like sneak off. He's gonna sneak out of our hotel at night, and he's gonna go to this witch, and he's gonna get us like a thing to change this guy's memory. And we knew it was gonna cost him life, right?
No, we just
No.
knew it was gonna cost something heavy because it
Yeah,
was a
you knew
bargain
you were
with a
dealing
witch.
with a hag.
Right, and I was like, all right, cause oh yeah, we were like, is there anything valuable you have on you? And I was like, I guess this is I guess the most quote unquote valuable thing I have in my bag. And I just gave it to Yibs, and I was like, I hope this helps. And you got there, and she wanted life. She wanted years of your life.
Yeah, I think she wanted like
And you
5 years of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gave her the potion, and I think you rolled for it, and it was
Yep.
like 1 under what she needed.
Yeah.
And so you just lost 1 year of your life instead
Yes.
of like 6.
Yeah, you truly, you hagged a hag.
That's exactly how it happened. Well, the thing is,
You
the
want
hag
years
was
of
like,
life? Here's some. This can give you
Here.
years of life. She's like, well,
the
alright,
hag was like
fuck,
fine with it.
sure.
Like I didn't like cheat her. She was like, oh,
Because
cool.
she got what she wanted. She only
Yeah.
benefited.
Yeah,
She benefited. Yeah, no, that was a very good one.
that was good. You guys went to Wyvern Island, where you met a bunch
Yeah.
of stupid kobolds.
Love that.
Tried, making. Oh my god! Like sometimes I think about, and it's a miracle you guys survived.
Yeah. Well, listen, the crazy thing is that, and I can tell this firsthand, is that we all, every one of us, started that campaign as a like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. we're just kind of goofing around, figuring out how this all works. And I can pinpoint the exact point where Yibs was like, no, I gotta take this shit seriously.
No, lock in.
Yeah, after a very unfortunate event happened in a very small town village, Yibs was like, I actually really gotta lock in. And I really took the time to be like, let's figure out how to fucking play this guy.
Which one was it when Demogorgon happened?
Yeah, no, that was
No.
Well, yeah, it was Manrak
Weirdly
and
enough,
his
that
goons.
was fine.
Weirdly enough, that was
Okay.
fine, because Yibs was
I
just
was
kind
like,
of
that
asleep.
was chill.
Okay, because I was like, that was the Yibs that had like a carved soapstone figure that didn't really look at him like him,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yibs's arc where he had to lock in was the Oldwood arc, where we found a very nice town full of very nice people, and there was a demonic cult sacrificing folks, but Yibs was just too weak to stop them on his own.
That was when you locked in?
Legitimately, that was when I locked in, because the entire couple of sessions, I was like, wait, I could actually die, because, you know, we've had our fun and games, but that guy just did 50 damage to me in a single hit.
He punched you through a barn.
Yeah.
I had 51 max HP and he dealt me 50 damage in a single hit. So I was like, wait, I gotta take this shit serious.
Yeah, that was also like a rough D&D moment, because like also like a lord in that moment like came out of the corn. Yibs was dying, like there was a demon lord who had like Jocelyn and her dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Two side characters
and I was like, I have
held
to
hostage.
heal Yibs, man. Like,
Yeah,
And so
truly.
that was when I was like, let me just really figure out how to play this guy. And the evil, like, Yibs imp arc was me figuring out, like, how to make this character work. And I don't know, there must have been one for you, Jordan, because after a while, Allure started to get a little bit better, too.
I think that's literally just when I figured out how D&D works.
that was a Jordan moment that had nothing to do with the
That
lore.
was just Jordan figuring out how D&D works.
Sure, but even the Yibs moment was not Yibs being like, let me unlock a new level for this character. It was me, Jahan, being like, well, I wonder if I did this, would it be stronger? And yes, the answer was yes.
I was gonna say, I mean, to be fair, like, I think that realization probably came from a Yibs moment, because, like, when Demogorgon attacked the town, that, you know, that was borderline unrelated to you guys, but this, like, shitstorm of an arc in Oldwood almost entirely, I won't say like it's Yibs' fault, 'cause the cult was going to try to do what they were going to do, but like if there had been like an ounce more responsibility or optimization, it could have been prevented, because
If I had done...
was lost again. A somewhat enemy that you guys had turned into a friend was handicapped. The town was destroyed. A lot of people were hurt
And killed.
and
Hurt and killed, including
Like,
like
a lot of kids were
A
orphaned.
lot of kids
Yeah,
were
exactly.
orphaned
That
and
was what I
taken
was
to
just about to
Turtle
say.
Island.
Yeah.
they sent
you
him
guys-
to a Turtle Island upstate.
Allure relapsed.
Because you guys non-fatally lost Stool. He went with the children
Yeah.
to Turtle Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last time we got to be with Stool in the old campaign.
And
Yeah.
Yibs became like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a really rough arc for
And
our
then
heroes.
we immediately got taken into custody, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
mhm.
because the hobgoblins showed up and were like, you guys have demonic essence about you. We gotta bring you to, we want to use you as a weapon to fight these other guys.
Yeah. And so that was when I, as Yibs, was like, let's lock in. But didn't really ever lock in.
She clocked out.
Yeah, she kind of clocked out.
I feel like if we at that point in Alora's arc, that's a low point in Alora's arc. Could she again?
Yeah.
Like, I feel and then I honestly feel like around the ship is when I started to lock in again. I feel like I had phases of locking in, but around the ship was around the lock-in.
Yeah.
When, especially, I honestly feel like it's when I figured out combat a little bit more and figured out how to utilize combat a little more creatively and like to the way that also Seth likes, because once you figure out your DM's preference to combat, you can kind of figure out what you can push or not.
Yeah. But yes, I think locked in moments. I think it was more like I'm charged up, I'm gonna let loose, and then I gotta cool down.
Well, the thing with it is that it was never related to, like, she could still do damage up until like even when she was very much like clocked out as a player, she would just
That
be
was
like,
the
well,
fucked up
okay, whatever.
thing.
let me just roll all my damage and yada 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 so I can just kill people. And that would be like, it would work.
Yeah, because I was trying to think, because she had 2 attacks that had like giant slayer, so they would do extra damage to a hurt enemy with damage from Hunter's Mark as well. And then she had that one spell that lets you throw 3 stones that when each of those hit, they would do pre-wounded damage and Hunter's Mark damage. Plus, throw in a lore buff and holy weapon. And you're looking at like 40s and 50s for damage.
At level like 6.
Yeah.
At level like 8 and 9.
Well, 8 and 9, 40s and 50s is
Insane.
what you're kind of supposed to be doing. But like, it would be way more than 40s and 50s. She would do like 70 damage in a turn if she had Holy Weapon up, and then do that the next turn, and it was crazy. But
and then
whenever
she
it
took
would
that
be
level
like,
of rogue and was getting sneak attack on top of that.
it was intense, that damage.
It was.
Unfortunately, when I realized Allure was broken, I was, or not broken in a good way, just like broken in a, this is a badly made character way. It was too late. And like, I think I did talk to you once about like, because I was like, I don't want to just remake Allure's sheet. That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
But you were like, but she is bad. Like, she's an actively badly made character. Like,
Because you made her with a bad DM and then
Yes.
translated that sheet into Roll20, whose
then
sheet is
it butchered it.
god-awful.
and it confused me so bad translating it from Roll20 that it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then I was like, yep, looks good. Let's go. Seth's been asking me, and I think maybe it was because I didn't do it I think I did it like while we were getting ready for the session too. Like
that
we're
could
all
be it.
chatting, just like transferring this over to D&D Beyond, because I'd asked us like every session we'd started to transfer over to D&D Beyond
Yeah.
because of how much I hated Roll20.
And you were right. It is much better. But
Man, I remember that. Yeah.
I'll see what I can keep, because I might have to cut around some demon talk and maybe some stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
We'll see. Some of this was for us though.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, thanks for stopping in our teeny tiny little hut.
Itty bitty minuscule small hut
For losers.
for losers.
Yeah, I guess that. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Dungeon Guild Pod. Follow us on YouTube and Spotify at Dungeon Guild. I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Laters.